Kane, it's 1-0. We're fucking down. 13th in the championship. The takeover happened as I said it would. People will be. Oh, when have we got Leeds? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show. I hope you are all doing well today. Tuesday the 30th, yeah? We are getting closer to that deadline day. Yeah, nervous? You? Are you? I'm not. Yeah, we will get there. Yeah. But look, Graham Smith said it's going to be a quiet old day. He's on record as saying that that's going to be the case. Worrall, are we getting desperate? I think it's a good acquisition, mate. Personally, we'll talk about it. And obviously, if Cooper's leaving, then it would make sense in that respect as well. And are we looking ahead to the future? Yes. You know, that could be something short, mid, long-term acquisitions. And Joe Worrall would definitely fit into that remit, especially if we're going into next season, be that in the Championship or the Premier League. Cooper's not going to be getting a new deal. I think that's fair enough to say. So you're then looking at bringing in acquisitions. But yeah, Kieran said, yeah, well, we'll get into it all. We'll get into it all. I do believe it. Look, I can only go on what's been said in terms of Graham Smith said it is going to be quiet. Like that's what's come from his mouth, and you'd imagine that's as close to the truth as we can get from a Leeds United perspective. I will share that with you now, just so you can see it in all its glory. So you know, and then I've got some. Listen, Alan Nixon has blocked me. He does have a Patreon. Someone sent me, you know, some screen grabs that I can share with you about what's been said about the Cooper stuff. So we'll have a chat about it as well. But before I do that, let me just share with you the Graham Smith tweet. This was from earlier on today. So he said, expecting Hjelde to happen today. Obviously, he's exiting for Sunderland. He said, work ongoing at Leeds United, but nothing imminent just yet in terms of incoming business. Likely to be another quiet day on that front. So let's just set the stall out now. Try not to lose your head. Try not to lose your head, because the Graham Smiths, who is on that side or as close to the club as we're going to get, you know, said it's going to be quiet day. So, you know, I'm expecting a flurry of business towards the end of the window. I still think we get two. I'm going to say now with chest, I'm confident that we get Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts will be a Leeds United player by February the 2nd. Clip it up. I know you will, but I'm confident that we get Connor Roberts. I feel like the Connor Roberts deal is almost like the Kamara deal. I think it's just there waiting around, and you know, it'll be one that will come to fruition in the end, and trade players trade in at Leeds United, I think. So no, the press conference is tomorrow, I believe. Press conference is tomorrow at 1:30. I'm almost certain that that's the case. I think it's been scheduled as that. It's always 2 days before. I got a message this morning to say it was tomorrow. Presser, yeah, it's definitely tomorrow. My man Danny Rumsey keeping me in the loop. Going to hold you to that. Yeah, listen, I think it's you know, I think that's a deal. I don't know how it can be dependent on Estevez. That's what I've been told as well, Jim. And we did talk yesterday. If you remember, I did that like mad video with my bloody binoculars and all that sort of stuff, where you know, I was saying that we're waiting for dominoes to fall into place, if you like. Apparently Graham Smith has just said Blackburn. Yeah, there we go. So we've hit the nail on the head, folks. It's now been confirmed. It's now been confirmed from Graham Smith that Cooper stuff is real. So Graham just posted about Cooper's. So women ahead of the YEP at the minute, folks. Don't forget to subscribe. Do not forget to subscribe. We're doing a watch along for the what did you say? For put them on the wrong fucking week. Next week. Sorry, I'm just looking at something. There's no game. Who plays tonight? Is it FA Cup replays? I did my schedule last night. Let me just have a look. What day is it today? No, we're doing the Leicester-Swansea game. No, my schedule is right. We're doing the Leicester-Swansea game. The Leicester-Swansea game's on tonight at 7:45 in the Championship. So we'll be doing that. And obviously Coventry-Bristol City play at the same time as well. So don't worry. And then tomorrow we're going to do Liverpool-Chelsea because it's a nice big game that I'm interested to watch. Yeah, don't forget your FPL deadline. That's it. Yeah, so... Leicester beat Swansea tonight. I'm just reading this. Why have you got a collage of Keir Starmer? I mean, I can see the resemblance there. Bobby Davro? Which one's Bobby Davro? We're saying that's Billy Bremner and George Best. No, I love it. That's good. That's good. I like that. Right, so these are the screen grabs that I've got, but we will have a look at Phil Hayes' article as well. Please smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit the notification bell and all that jazz, right? So this is the first one. So Blackburn's centre-half chase turns to Cooper as Nat Phillips heads for Cardiff City. Now, of course, initially everyone was going, oh, it's got to be Cooper from Millwall, at which point he then confirmed on his Patreon that Blackburn inquiry for Leeds centre-half Cooper. Phillips heads to Cardiff. So Nat Phillips, who according to Tiff was a Leeds United player, is going to Cardiff, and Blackburn have inquired about centre-half Liam Cooper. So that's what we know about that. I'm just having a look. What's this one? We will get to the Worrall stuff in just a sec. So while we're doing that, we will just go to Graham Smith's article, which clearly has legs. So basically what's happened is Reluctant Nico has mentioned it this morning in his Patreon, and then Graham Smith's done some journalism and had that confirmed clearly, either by Reluctant Nico or by Blackburn or by Leeds United or whatever it may be. So let's have a look at this article. Again, the YEP, man, it's rough because there's so many sponsorships. It's absolutely brutal. Oh, the article's not that bad actually. Right, we'll quickly read through it then. So it's just, this is where you get like copy strikes as well, because there's like videos on it and that, and it just pisses me off like you would not believe. Just give us a sec while I just position this. So, and I need to put my thing back on, not Cool Media, that one there. Right, okay, while we're on as well, there's 495 of you watching now. If you haven't already, please do smash a like on the video for me, because it really, really helps the algorithms, yeah? Ryan says, as Steve mentioned, if we get a sell on FIFA now, Phillips. I love it. Big up to Mark as well. He says, big up Joe, what's good, mate? Oh, Paul as well, still waiting for the rivalry next season. We will be there. JB, I've got one, but the YEP, they just, let me see if I can add it back on. Right, let me see. I'll put it back on, because for whatever reason I'll have taken it off. I think sometimes, bro, they get through the net, do the YEP. Anyway, it's all right. Let's go through what he's saying on this piece. Right, okay. So let me just quickly share this for you. So this is the piece. So previously a mainstay of the Whites' defence under successive managers, Cooper has found himself out of the team for stretches of this season, with Stroud preferred by Farker. The centre-back has started just 7 of Leeds Championship fixtures, 2 of which came at the outset of Stroud's absence, but a minor niggle kept him out of the trip to Cardiff. Yeah, it was almost the worst time for Cooper to get injured, because it's meant Ampadu's been given a shot. He was fit enough only for the bench for the FA Cup trip. Farke used Ampadu as the left-sided central defender for 3 games before, once turning to Cooper last weekend in the FA Cup. I do believe that if by next Friday, if we go by Friday, I still think he plays Ampadu in there if fit to do so. I don't think Cooper will then keep his place. Rovers' interest first reported by transfer right Alan Nixon comes after they failed to land Liverpool's Nat Phillips on loan. But the YP understands that Cooper is willing to stay and fight for his place as he chases a second promotion to the Premier League. And Leeds have no plans to let anyone else leave besides Hjelde. The Norwegian will finalise a move to Sunderland this afternoon for a fee of around $2 million. Leeds have already sent loanee right-back Spence to Tottenham and permanent loan exit of stalwart Luke Ayling, who joined Middlesbrough. If we go down, speaking about Luke Ayling there, this bit, Leeds remain active in the transfer window, which shuts on Thursday night, as they attempt to strengthen Farke's options at fullback. So again, key areas of the pitch. He currently has 4 players for 2 fullback roles, 2 of whom are central midfielders. I would say Shackleton is a right back at this point. The other 2, Sam Byron, just not good. The other 2, Sam Byron and Firpo, both suffered extensive injuries prior to the season and have each had issues during the campaign. Now, although he said Cooper's willing to fight for his players, it still doesn't mean that deal's dead in the water. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen. I'm okay if it doesn't. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying, right, let's get this guy out of the door kind of vibe. I don't mind. I like Cooper, you know I do. So yeah, I don't mind him at all. So yeah. One second. Yeah, I don't mind him at all. So I'm okay with him being here, but is Joe Worrall an advancement? Does he have more longevity at the football club? If that was a deal that could be done, then yes, of course. And then are you looking at receiving a nominal fee for Cooper? Again, that helps profit and sustainability in that. And let me just qualify, that isn't the reason why we're not getting deals done. I'm just saying these things have to be factored in, right? So we'll wait and see what gets said. But I will go now to the Joe Worrall stuff. Yeah, I know. I've just listen. I feel confident enough at this stage, having just received another message. But I've received a number of messages, and I'm not professing to be ITK, but Connor Roberts will be a Leeds United player by February the 2nd. Shoot me down. No doubt you already will. I know you've all got your bookmarks ready. Just to give you a heads up as well, folks, right? You know me and Ash, don't you? Me and Ash, Lord Ash, likes to wind me up. I like to wind him up, etc., etc. So we had a little wager yesterday because I'm very confident we sign players. He's very confident we won't. So if we sign players or a player, he has agreed to come onto this channel on, say, like the final word or something, and admit that he was wrong, and he's going to apologise to myself and to Daniel Farke. Okay, he said he will do this. Now, if we don't sign any players, I also have to make a public apology to Lord Ash and admit that he has superior ball knowledge over myself. Yeah. So we will see who wins, but I'm very confident at this stage it will be us, right? So don't worry. Research One, big up. He says Roberts will cook for you, and I'm excited for Estevez, but I just don't see why him. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Research. I don't think that has any sort of bearing. I agree with you as well. Just 1 second, anyway. I agree with you as well because he's played at left back, so you've got more. You've got more likelihood that Taylor would come, but I don't think they will. But I don't think he will. But I just think it's bodies back there. I think Connor Roberts is set for Leeds United. I think that's one that will get done. And I just, do you know what I liken it to? I liken it to the Kamara situation. I think we've inquired, we've kept it there. He's almost like a backup option, if you like, a bit like, you know, it almost felt like Kamara was. Yeah. We waited. It seems like an age. It seems like we waited for an age on Kamara, and then we get Kamara. You know what I mean? So I think Roberts, okay, we might have preferred Nico Williams, and we might have preferred Ben Davies, and players of this ilk that are just a little bit too ambitious. The Ben Godfrey one won't go away, but I just can't see it happening. I've seen him linked to Valencia today. You know, I think he'd prefer a move over to Spain than to come back to Leeds. Oh, Jim, man, he's bookmarked so much. But guess what I did yesterday, Jim? I went and bookmarked loads myself because I know that I'm on the right side of it. Also, there seems to be this notion going around, which is incorrect, by the way. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But there seems to be this notion now that Barker doesn't want players and therefore he's happy with the squad. And if we don't go up, it'll be his fault because he's happy with the squad. It's bullshit. I'll tell you why it's bullshit, because he wants players. It's not him that's stopping it. He's not saying to the 49ers, no, I know you've got loads of money and I know you want to spend it, but I don't want you to. It's just not true. You know, hence why we tried to sign a right back just 48 hours ago. Hence why I think we'll bring in Connor Roberts. Hence why we've now been linked to Joe Worrall for as much as £6 million. That doesn't smack of a guy that don't want to sign players for me. But agendas will agenda. If you dislike the man, you just have to shake it off and say, do you know what? I was wrong on the man. He actually knows what he's doing and I ain't got a Scooby-Doo, but there you go. It is what it is. Right, okay. Leeds want 6 million. Forest wants 6 million for Worrall. Let me just move so you can see me. I'm coming. Oh, I have to go even further. Oh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck here. I'll get there though. There we go. Forest wants 6 million for Worrall. Sheffield United and Leeds in the chase. Okay. That's the chase theme tune for those that don't know. So look, whether or not this is a byproduct of Cooper potentially leaving and inquiries being made because Cooper could move. I know Cooper said he'll fight for his place. Probably Homebird wants to stay where he is. But if Leeds United were to bring in a Worrall, look, Cooper's going to get a couple more years on a new deal at Blackburn. It could make sense. You know, it could make sense for him to make that move like Luke Ayling. You know, it might come to Friday's going to be too late, but it might take a frank conversation with Liam Cooper to say, you're going to struggle, man. Because I said this before, like I did a YouTube short on it. Like, what's happened is now, with Cooper getting injured at the same time as Strauch and Ampadu coming in, for me, where does his minutes come? And you know I'm a massive Cooper fan. I love him to bits. But looking at centre-back depth, right, even without Joe Worrall, he don't get in. Because you have on the right side, you have Creswell, you have Rodon. On the left side, you have Pascal Strauch, you have Ethan Ampadu that can play there, and Liam Cooper. Now, as a fan, I don't know where Daniel Farker stands, but as a fan, I would put Strauch, Ampadu, Cooper in that order in preference of who starts at left centre-back. So I think his minutes will be at a premium. Now, if Joe Worrall was to come in, he's not going to be playing on the left side of the defence. You know, Joe Worrall is right-footed. You know, he has in the past played as in a three-man defence or as a sweeper, if you like. I almost feel that this could be something that Leeds United are looking to adopt. Because we've seen now, and Andrea put out a tweet a couple of weeks back, which was great, how Farker's now adjusting the system to fit the personnel. And it almost feels like we at times play with three at the back, especially when we are building up. Because you'll have like Rodon, Griev and Ampadu. Could that then look, you know, different with a Worrall edition or with a Godfrey edition? It could well be. That's the case, you know, or have you not so much play a right back, but have your right back as the three? Do you know what I mean? I don't listen. People know the game much more than me, and as I'm talking, I'm thinking, Joe, you're just making shit up now. But I'm trying to convey that I think we could be seeing a switch where we have 3 centre-backs on the pitch, or at least have it as an option. We've already seen when we're behind in games that Farke tends to do this. Players with the 3 centre-backs, does Worrall give him the option to do that? Potentially. Just on Worrall, just a little bit on Worrall. Like I say, he's known for his physicality, his leadership. Let's not forget, he's the club captain. He's the club captain at Nottingham Forest, even with all the additions and all that sort of stuff. He's the club captain. He's decent with the ball. You know, he's got decent passing stats. Strong in the air, good at tackling, and like I say, comfortable on the ball. Can play in a 3-man defence or as a sweeper. And has always been praised by managers for attitude, work ethic, confidence, and that's why you become a captain, right? Especially as such a prestigious club as Nottingham Forest. Do you know what I mean? Previously, in previous seasons, he was linked to top clubs in the Premier League. Obviously, remained loyal, stayed at Nottingham Forest. They're back in the Premier League. I think there's been a fallout. Maybe. I think he wasn't the only one. I think there was a few, but that was with Steve Cooper. But he is right-footed as well. So I just don't see, if this is something that Leeds United are looking at, we're then like stockpiling on the right side of the centre-back. So it almost feels to me that we could play with like a free. This is what I meant, Jim. Sorry, thanks for being able to like pull it out. Sort of like removing Gray from the equation so that he can then play in midfield and almost play like with a 3 in the build-up and allow Firpo to play as in a winger, in effect. And that's why players like Godfrey and Worrall, Godfrey can play anywhere. He's like a Swiss Army knife defender. But Joe Worrall, having played in a back 3, being right-footed, could allow that, because then you have Joe Rodon who's mopping up behind a Strauch and a Worrall, or Strauch and or a Worrall and an Ampadu or Godfrey, however it may land. I just feel the Godfrey one might be a little bit too expensive, but that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, I agree with you, Lee. But you know, I think Godfrey's on about 75 grand a week. You know what I mean? It's a lot of money. Let me just send out Joe B. Shout out. Thank you for coming a YouTube member. Jamie Dixon as well. It's about time, bro. No, he's been a member for 1 month now. Big up to Jamie Dixon as well. Yeah, Cooper could potentially do that job, but if we're talking about short-term, medium and long-term, and there's an option to bring in Joe Worrall for 6 million and the club think it's a decent deal, then do that deal, because Cooper's in the final year of his contract. You then have to then address that in the summer. The club would probably rather not address that than if they can do it now. And again, as Farke always said, we assess it short, mid, long. Does Joe Worrall acquisition become more of a mid to long-term acquisition, thinking, right, well, we'll lose Cooper. He's played at this level. He's won promotion out of this level. He's captain Nottingham Forest, so you're also bringing in a leader for a leader if Cooper was to exit. So it's just things to think about. But like I said, Graham Smith has said it'll be quiet today, so I'm not expecting any incomings. But we'll have to watch this space. And he has said that Cooper will fight for his place, and the club have said no one else is leaving. So we'll have to wait and see how the cookie crumbles. The cookie crumbles. Okay, so Graham Smith has replied to my good man Dylan. Let me just show you what's been said on here on X. So you can see here, that's the article that we've just read through. Dylan, big shout out Dylan, by the way, says, obviously think it's time to sell Cooper in the summer, but we also can get rid of any more defenders. But we also can't get rid of any more defenders. And as a backup, Cooper is more than capable at this level. His commitment to the club is better than any of the player in a long, long time. He is a proper legend. Contract's up in the summer. He'll be free. So still do think the time is right. Will Cooper get his testimonial joined? So it's his 10th season. Believe there's been some sort of discussion about that, but nothing decided. Generally 10 years, though, which for Coops would be next season. So there's also this to factor in as well, right? That probably keeps Cooper saying, I'm happy to stay. And if you're not pushing me out of the door, let me land. Because it would be nice for him to get his testimonial. And it would be great for Cooper to get a testimonial in in our promotion back to the Premier League. Because I still think we can get top 2. I do look at what Southampton have done in bringing in David Brooks, and I worry slightly that they might not stop. But we'll wait and see. So I look, if I'm a betting man now, my chips go on Cooper staying, because that 10 years is going to have a lot in it. Because what, like's been said, all you over here says, you know, what a fitting tribute. What a fitting tribute to see Leeds get back to the Premier League and then having a testimonial. No, Jamie, no, he would hit it at the end of his current deal, bro. We're not saying that, man. Calma. He would hit it at the end of his deal, right? You've been here 10 years, testimonial, right, bye. No one's saying give him another year for that. We're not saying that. But I think, you know, that could see him stay at the football club. And I'm okay with that. Like, I was very, very shocked to see that it could potentially have legs. Like I say, there's a number of news outlets picking it up. And the fact that Graham Smith's then felt necessary to then do an article to say, look, it does have legs. However, Cooper wants to stay, and Leeds said they're not selling anyone, but you never say never. I disagree, Terry. I don't know why. Worrall's very underwhelming. Worrall's decent and more than apt at this level, and would be a good acquisition for us. But again, I feel like I say, if I'm a betting man, I don't see it happening anyway. Not at 6 million, and not if Cooper's staying. Maybe, look, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but you can take a guess, right? Let's say, for example, Blackburn inquire about Cooper. Leeds then go, okay, could work. What can we do? Well, we've already been told no by Bournemouth for Mepham. What about Worrall? Give them a call. Forest go, we want 6 million. Leeds put the phone down and say, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So, you know, Sheffield United and Leeds seem to be swimming in the same circles as well, because they had a deal for Mepham. Well, they were told, you're not getting Mepham, we want him. We want to keep him. Again, that could change at any moment if they were to then get centre-back through the door. This is why it's like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, just on this as well, you know, we spoke about him briefly yesterday about dominoes waiting to fall at Burnley, which could then mean that Leeds United could get them. And apparently we'd inquired about centre-backs. And, you know, I mentioned that name, but according to sources, that isn't one that could happen. We inquired about different centre-backs and we're told, no, they're not going anywhere. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But look, my head right now says that we do get Connor Roberts and one more. Okay. I don't know if there was any validity whatsoever in the Benson stuff. Just on that, I was just going to talk about it. I don't know if I've not seen anyone reputable mention Leeds next to Benson yet. Fact check me, because I might be wrong. But when I mean reputable, is like someone that not just like I've seen someone quote tweet Ekram Corner today. That guy knows as much as me and you, genuinely. So I don't know if I've seen anyone put Leeds next to Benson. I've seen Southampton next to Benson a lot, but not Leeds from like a top tier journalist or someone up there. No one local, no one on the continent. This Belgium guy, by the way, I just think he makes shit up and then quickly switches the narrative and says, as first reported by me, but I did get it wrong. But he doesn't admit he got it wrong. He goes, it's now changed because the player did X, Y, Z. I'm like, you sure you just didn't get sold a dud, mate? But anyway, it is what it is. But yeah, any updates on Benson? I'm just not sure if it had validity. But now that Southampton are signing Brooks, maybe we might see that. We'll have to wait and see. So there is that. But look, my head right now says Connor Roberts will sign. Now, there's not anything in that. There's not been anything reported today to say that's going to happen. But I think that's where my head's at. I think we get two. Russ says, I'm told there is no interest from Leeds in Manuel Benson as things stand right now. Okay. Yeah, there you go. This is true as well, Tim. A lot of it is guesswork anyway. Waiting for a dominoes to fall, aka betting your house. That's what it is like, though, right? Yeah, Matt, that's where I'm putting it. If you want to know, and I've said with chess now, I think Connor Roberts will be a Leeds United player. Yeah, we'll wait and see. Oh, Wanderless, if that happens, the fans will melt down. I'm not too concerned, but the fans will melt down. And just on the guy who Ipswich signed from Wimbledon, a lot of noise on how his potential and all that sort of stuff. But I listened to Not the Top 20 last night, and they seem to be of the thinking, that yes, it's a great signing and that, but they're not quite sure if he will be able to kick or hit the ground running, and he's not quite the same profile as Hurst and stuff. So let's just quickly share this as well, and it's one thing to know. So this is off Turfcast. Big up the Turfcast, by the way. Vincent Kompany confirms Burnley interest in Maxime Estevez, but states that he's not our player at the moment, but will soon be. And he goes on to say quite a few calls coming in for our players as well. Okay, so one to watch, and like I said, I believe that we have made contact re Connor Roberts. I think maybe initially it might have been with agent chatter and would you be up for it? Yeah, be up for it, the Welsh lads and all that. And then boom. Connor Roberts to Leeds a possibility, like to be permanent as Burnley want rid. Well, listen, if we're entertaining a conversation of Joe Worrall at 6 million, then just give them the money. Do you know what I mean? I would say. Listen, I don't want to keep you too long because it looks like it might be a quiet day. I'm going to get back to scouring the internet. Sat at my desk here while doing SBCs and all that sort of stuff, and I want to go make another coffee. But look, 30 minutes into today, we will be doing a watch along tonight of Leicester versus Swansea. It's going to be interesting to see what's happening with Dewsbury Hall. By all accounts, it looks like Dewsbury Hall's going to stay put. It looks like he's going to stay put, which is disappointing for us. It's disappointing for us because that'd have been the straw that brought the camels back. But Leicester are in the greatest form, as aren't Ipswich. The last time we watched Swansea play one of the top teams, though, was Southampton, and they got absolutely battered in that first half. So much so that switched it off. But hopefully tonight Swansea will give us something different against Leicester City. So you can join us for that. And what we can do is obviously check any live transfer news as it happens. But it is only 1 o'clock. If we get any more news between now and then, you know where I'm at. Okay. And there's many other content creators that'll be able to keep you. We might have different opinions and all that sort of stuff. But shout out to It's All Love, and shout out to all them other content creators out there as well, because I know it ain't easy. It ain't easy. So big up to you all. Enjoy the rest of your day. I love you. Leeds will get Connor Roberts and one more. And then we can rejoice when Ash has to come on this show and apologise to me and apologise to Farker. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Peace out. Love you all. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.